Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another third-party Transformers review. I'm kind of having trouble getting this whole box in the frame. Today we're looking at the xtransbots, eligos. I don't remember if that's what he was called on the website, but that's what's here. Either way, this is a third-party take on Cyclonus. Overall, I do like it. Take a quick look at the artwork here. It's definitely, nice masterpiece inspired box. We got another picture here of him, holding his pistol. Got some like schematic line art going on there. We got a G1 style poster pic here. We got a blurb. You can maybe read that. Got his tech specs, it's hidden with the red line stuff. I don't really care about those. We got courage above all things is the principal virtue of a warrior. So there is that. We just got, the logos on top, a promo pic of a different bot on the bottom, and I think that's it for the box. He does come with this flight stand, as you can see. We got our instructions here, and got some, product shots here. Look at that flight stand. He does come with a little Galvatron that can go in his cockpit, like he did in the original movie, which is super cool. Articulated hands. He's got some accessories and stuff. Retractable barrel. Some of that stuff. He does come with the sword, which I believe is from the IDW comics. He does come with his Target Master as well. Take a quick look at him. Here's a bit of the parts and whatnot. Yeah, they got the Abaddon minifigure, which is their Galvatron. But yeah, there is that for the instructions. Pull out his plastic sarcophagus. He does come packed in robot mode. Yeah, come on. There you go. He comes with this rifle, and he does have the usual tab in palm sort of way of gripping things, which can be unreliable if anyone here has any sort of masterpiece figure. You know what I'm talking about. There we have our little Galvatron. I haven't taken most of these things out of the packaging because I either don't plan on using them or I don't want to lose them. He does come with his IDW samurai head, which that is really cool. Unfortunately, due to the way he transforms, I am pretty sure that you can't put this on during transformation because his head is completely different dimensions, and it sort of has to like compact into this part of the nose cone. So I don't think you'll be able to put that on. Like, it just doesn't look like it would fit due to the horns, which is a bummer. But yeah, he comes with several alternate faces, which is cool. Got our collector card here. I am a fan of collector cards. Again, we got his sword. He does come with a different sort of samurai spooky face. This is the one that he came installed with. I switched it out because it, for some reason, didn't let him like transform for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, and he also has a piece for redder eyes. So there's that. But yeah, the face is just, you reach under and you pull it off from the chin. So there's that. And again, here is his pistol. It does have said extendo barrel for those who are interested in that. And it's a nice little thing. Nothing super special as far as I'm concerned, but it's nice to have. But yeah. And if you guys want me to do a full-on review of this, just let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. But for right now, we're just doing a first impressions. So there's that. Take him off of his stand. There. And the connector piece is just this little come on. He has a lot of stiff parts. It's just this little connector part, and then that little hole just pegs onto the flight stand. He is definitely a hefty boy. And he is definitely bigger than I was expecting. I believe he was somewhere around 100 US. I don't remember the exact price, but it was in that range. It was at least 100. Here we have the open cockpit, and you can see the chair and the control panels. This is all molded detail. You actually do like compress these parts during transformation, but I think that's really cool. Back here we have, you know, like molded thrusters and stuff, and they're all painted up, which is really cool. He does just have his toes kind of hanging out here, but that's not too terrible. This is my first xtransbots figure, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I had heard sort of mixed things, but I feel like one thing that I heard often is that they always get really close, but never quite perfect. And I definitely have to agree with that sentiment. As you can see, no matter how much I tried, I couldn't get this gap to completely close. These panels are supposed to peg in, but they just kind of pop back out. His arms fitting his hands into these thrusters was really tight, and right here you can see that this doesn't like to seal all the way up either. So I definitely feel like he's a good figure, and he doesn't feel like he's necessarily going to break or anything, but there is he's a little bit fiddly, but more of an issue is that he kind of fights you trying to transform him at times. And like, I didn't hate the transformation. Like, if it just went a little smoother, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more. By no means do I think this is a bad figure, but I really have to reiterate that like almost but not quite sort of vibe that we got from it. But yeah, he feels very hefty in hand. He's definitely got die cast. He's got plenty of die cast in the feet. Like, almost this entire section here is like die cast. Most of this is die cast. There's probably some in the body. He definitely has a good heft to him, and you know, you can sort of stand him up like that. He'll sort of lean a little bit backwards due to the angle, but I suppose you could theoretically stick his toes out. His toes are die cast too. But yeah, overall, he does have some nice, you know, molded detail in there. And again, the transformation, while a little finicky and, you know, stubborn, was not overly complicated. There was one minor complaint I had, that the cockpit sort of just sits over his back, just kind of hanging out there. And I felt that was kind of a little bit of a disappointment, considering even like the mainline Voyagers and the Deluxe a few years ago figured out how to deal with that. But, you know, considering he's got like an entire cockpit, you know, I'm not that critical of it. It was just something I was a little like critical of before I really got him in hand. But, you know, all the things that he does, I think is forgivable. He's got nice paint, and he does have sort of a sheen to him. I think it's coming off pretty well on camera, that there's a bit of a metallic sheen to him. I think probably as far as colors go, my only complaint is that the hands, you can sort of see them a little bit here, are done in sort of a dullish, purplish white. I feel like they stand out a little bit due to the fact that the plastic is a bit what's the word? Opaque. The whiteness of it kind of stands out. I'm not really sure how else to put it. He does have working landing gear, little wheels that roll. Got the one up here, so we can set him down, and he can roll across the runway should he so choose. I don't think there's any particular way to store any of his weapons in the vehicle mode, but you know, given that, you know, third-party figures and especially masterpiece scale figures tend to have a lot of accessories with them, that's not terribly surprising. So I'm not gonna, you know, dock a huge amount off of that. But overall, I do really like. I mean, I've always liked Cyclonus's jet mode. I think out of the movie villains, he probably has my favorite design. You know, I think I like the purple. You know, purple isn't necessarily my favorite color, but it is. You know, I think it's a good villain color, and obviously it's a Decepticon color. It's the insignia color, not this specific shade, but I definitely feel it works. And then, you know, you got that nice orange windshield, the jet mode, spaceship fighter mode, whatever you want to call it. It does look good, and the fact that it comes with this flight stand, I'm probably gonna display him like this, just because I like the way it looks, especially just, you know, that unique sort of needle-nosed short wing fighter silhouette. I just love the way it looks, and they definitely capture the vehicle mode really well. If only, you know, these parts would snap together properly, it would be easily 10 out of 10. So all things considered, I'd have to give this guy probably a 7.5, maybe an 8. Again, he feels solid. I don't really feel like he's gonna break on me. Again, there are some parts that feel like they are fighting me during transformation, and obviously there are some parts that don't really like click together the way they should. But he feels solid and he looks great, and from what I remember, you know, his price was not that bad, all things considered. So I'm going to cautiously probably explore more of the xtransbots figures in the future. I do think that some of them do look interesting, but again, I've heard mixed things, and this does kind of reinforce the mixed feelings that I have both heard and now experienced. But overall, I think you know, if you're looking at some of their products, I do think they're, you know, at least, you know, worth buying. You know, maybe your favorite character. I don't think that you have to worry about, you know, the issues where like it's gonna show up broken in the box or it's gonna fall apart in your hands. You don't have to worry about that. You know, just, you know, small little glaring issues like this aren't gonna be the end of the world, in my opinion. So just keep that in mind if you choose to venture into any xtransbots products. I know one I definitely have my eye on is their G1ified bulkhead. I have seen that, and I am very curious about that one. So hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on one and take a look at that guy. But yeah, overall, I'm not unhappy with this purchase. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else they might put out, and hopefully they'll continue to improve and bring their almost perfect up to very good, you know, nearly perfect, you know, as close to perfect as one can get. So that is my look at the xtransbots Cyclonus. Hi, Soul Prime here. After ending the original video, I totally forgot to take a look at his Target Master, which is actually a big thing for him. Even the some of the mainline ones have this guy, so I wanted to make sure I got this in there. This guy, unfortunately, is not quite as great as the main figure itself. He does have very loose joints. His shoulder joints are, this shoulder joint is tight, but the ball joint here is, I feel like it's going to get loose over time. It's not loose right now, but yeah, the legs are definitely loose. and the legs don't necessarily like to stay together when you transform him into gun mode. But you know, he looks nice, and he's a decent sized figure. Let me see. Here, I'll put him next to Core Class Skywarp so you get an idea. He's around a Core Class size figure, a little smaller, but he's a decent size. And since he's, you know, small, I'll go ahead and do his little transformation here. Bring those out and bring this together. We're gonna bring his feet. Oh, there you go, splitting again. Bring his feet together. I said bring his feet together. No, right, forgot there's a little groove they fit into right here. Okay, you gonna work with me now? There we go. There we go. Then we'll pull the barrel down, lift his waist up, and then you basically want to take this whole section and flip it around like so, straighten out the barrel. And then we're gonna bring his arms up like so. Then you basically peg his hands onto these little tab pegs here, like so. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, this is just a matter of getting things lined up. There we go. And there we have him in his gun mode. I would show him holding him, but I'm not doing a full review, so I'm not going to transform this guy right now. But, you know, it's, you know, the tab and palm form of holding. Almost forgot. He does have... Come on. There we go. This extendo barrel. It looks a little weird from the side with that big gap. I mean, I get why they put it there to make it slide, but I feel like that would have been a little better if it had been on the top, because it looks a little weird from the bottom. But it is what it is. Again, I don't think this guy is the strongest piece of this set. It's cool that he's there. I'm not complaining about them including him. I get that, you know, he was kind of a big thing in the Headmaster, Target Master era. So, obviously, you know, they're aiming towards collectors. They're going to put something like this in. And I just want to make sure that I included that in the video. But overall, my ratings and comments about this guy are the same. I just wanted to make sure that I showed this guy off too. So, yeah.